Are they present? Is she running right now?
We don't see any running.
Okay.
Fantastic. Let's go on to the next one. We'll come back to it.
Will Lord Orloc McGregor presents himself before their majesties?
I have met you many times as you have travelled. I have met you on the field, and I have met you off the field. But it is not for your efforts on the field that you are recognised today. It is for your exceptional efforts in the arts and sciences. Your music lights up events. The joy you take in it, the collaborations that you involve yourself in make the atmosphere better for all those around you. You are appreciated, and we would see the kingdom recognise that contribution that you make. Please.
In the 20th year of the society, Hugh and Merowyn, second Viceroy and Vicereine of Lockhart, saw that the artisans of the Crown Principality were worthy of recognition, and thus they created the Order of the Roman Lilies, that the pride of the arts and sciences can be celebrated and honored. In the Kingdom of Lockhart, we reward the skill and dedication of our artisans with the Order of the Star and Lily. With this award, we link the best of our artisans with all who have come before them. For every person so honoured has the seeds of knowledge planted by those who came before, and in the blossoming of their skill, they inspire others to follow them. Each link in this chain strengthens the kingdom, and so we ask Murak to join their number. Know all that their majesties, King Ariston and King Jochen, have this day, the 7th of September, Anno Societatis 60, made Lord Orloc McGregor the newest member of the Order of the Star and Lily. 3 cheers! The pip! The pip! The pip!
Murak, please rise, rejoin the populace, and continue to share your skills with this kingdom.
Would Count Gilbert Purchase come before their majesties?
Not on site?
Your Majesties, I think there's been a severe attack of life. We're just going to go see if he's actually on site.
We might need to do something later, that's fine. Thank you for that advisement. All right, we'll leave that one. Yes.
Would Lord Ash Waylett present themselves before their majesties?
One of those courts. Yes. No. All right. Thank you. To keep going. I don't think there's a chance of it. That's fine. All right. Let's do it.
Don't worry, Majesties, we'll finish at 100%.
If he wasn't here, that'd be a much bigger problem.
We are.
The strength and stability of the kingdom lie in these virtues of its people: creativity, chivalry, and prowess. Also, service. Like links in a chain, each must be strong, for if one fails, all will fail. The fighters of the kingdom defend it with their swords, and their prowess brings it strength, and with their honour brings it glory on the field. Let the members of the Order of the Chivalry attend upon their majesties.
Chivalry. You have advised us that your order is lacking. Do you maintain this stance?
Yes.
We are minded, therefore, to increase your number. Herald, call forth the candidate.
The crown calls Orloc Hanbal al-Barbari to present himself before them.
Your Majesties, should the people make themselves comfortable?
Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Their Majesties encourage you to make yourselves comfortable. No, more comfortable.
Fabulous.
Going down is simple, coming back up is simple.
Hanbal, mindful of your prowess upon fields of war and tournament, and responsive to the wishes of your peers, we are minded to admit you to the Order of Chivalry. Will you accept this honor?
With all my heart.
Are you a student of a member of this order?
I am. Angus.
Will you release your student to the kingdom?
Your Majesties, it would be my absolute pleasure to do so. This man, I've known him since my earliest days in society. He's been my friend, my brother, and my oft-times combatant. Opponent. I can think of no better thing than to release him to the kingdom and to your goodwill. However, before I do so, this cloak has been handed down through many great people. It was handed to Duke Niall from Duke Alfar, handed from Duke Niall to Duchess Leodon, and then to myself at my knighting. I would have you wear this as you are knighted to continue our lineage.
From the Star of the Helens, no less.
Your Majesties, we have speakers from the populace and from each of the peerages with words for and of this Hanbal. With your permission, we can hear them now.
Let us hear their words.
Speaking, sorry, my lady. Speaking for the populace, Honourable Lady Anna von der Ram.
Good gentles, my name is Anna, and I am not a peer. I am but a lowly officer.
Nothing lovely about that.
I would speak today not of his joy or of his prowess, because others will speak of that. I speak of your wisdom. I am not a peer. I have the great privilege of knowing him. One of the things that I love about Hanbal is watching him learn. He speaks with all, no matter their station, and he listens and he learns. He cannot gain prowess or have safe mischief without having this wisdom to know when to speak and to be silent. There is no doubt that you are already a peer. It is a great privilege today to see you be made a knight.
Sir Bane, speaking for the chivalry.
I remember at times of yore when you used to fight with sword and shield. Then, seeing the error of your way, moved on to other weapon forms of both one in both hands, an axe or a mace or a sword, and still you were, yes, uncomfortable. Then you picked up a two-handed sword and fought it many years, and then also recently we have seen Catan found the one true weapon, which is with the glaive. But it is your times upon the warfield that brought you to my first attention. I have fought upon the warfields of Lockhart for over 30 years, and would count myself a hero, as yourself, but it is in the leading of men, and the leading of the populace upon that field is a difficult and onerous thing, where you have to be able to inspire, encourage, lead, strategize, and fight on the field at one time. It is the most complex form of fighting we actually have, and you delivered it better than most, maybe even myself. You are my peer.
Mistress Jenna, speaking for the Order of the Pelican.
Good morrow. I am Mistress Jenna and I have known Hanbal since we moved back to Australia. And he's always good. The service is his main name. Keeping things together, taking things apart, the field, events, everything. He's been right here for a long time. And I am so happy to see this.
Master Bogatai, who will speak words from Mistress Angel from the Order of the Mark.
Huzzah.
I'll just have to switch to my reading glasses.
Just don't let him put it on his archery.
Right. Now, Mistress Angel has an unread notes for me to read. I gather they're in tribute to Hanbal, but I'm not too sure because they're written here somewhere. I'll find it. Angel's words. I am honoured to provide words on behalf of the Order of the Mark. I'll try and keep this to the point. Oh, you are an excellent target. There may be slides from me that the heart comes from. Any combat archer worth his salt has targeting priorities when on the warfield. Commanders, lights and pikes, and knights. Commanders, when you take out the person who has the plan, who leads the team, the rest fly out. You and your voice are a fixture in command on the warfield. I don't think I've been on the warfield in recent memory when you have not commanded a side. I'm always glad when it's my side, especially when you name it after me. I'd rather you be on the opposite side to me. Lights and pikes. War is the art of distracting your opponent so that someone else can get them without looking. The archers and those with pole arms, like yourself, are deaf from. Where did that come from? Yeah, they are. Our work requires teamwork, working with others to take and create opportunities. I'm always glad when you're on my team. She said that once before, didn't she? And finally, you're recognised for individual prowess and gain. Well, that's a check mark that makes you the best target. Keeps coming up that word, doesn't it? You're not only a danger to the opposition when leading a team, a danger to them being part of the team, but you're a threat to your opponents in your own individual right. You are my peer, you are a knight. And my side is, you are my peer. You are my. Oh, yours, and you only get this once, Mum. Thank you.
Dame Miriam, who will speak for the Order of the Laurel.
I'm Dame Miriam Galbraith. The ceremony here started with the words, creativity is a pillar of our society. And Hannibal makes things with his hands, his pewter work, and he teaches his people. But the creativity Hannibal brings that brings me the most delight is his designing of scenarios and tournament forms. My favourite tournament form, the chess challenge, is the work of his hand, which is this year to be in its 17th year, I believe. It is a delight to many. He makes our games so much more fun with the creativity he brings to something that could be as boring as a tennis match. And I am delighted to see him honoured this day.
Speaking for the Order of Defence, Sir Everard, your superior in chivalry by 30 minutes.
Thank you. Brother, I am the baby knight. All babies are cute, adorable, and get away with whatever they want. They have full license. Today I am reminded of many, many years ago, said brother broke my ribs. This is now payback. As I'm no longer, or very shortly, no longer, going to be the baby of the order, I thought it was fitting to pass on some of those responsibilities to you. In this small pouch, you will find a couple of pencils, a bottle opener, and a writing pad. I suggest you use it to take everyone's drink orders for your first I would like a beer. I haven't finished. Hanbal and I go back a lot of years. And when he was invited to the order, I was privileged to actually share the day with him. Right. When he asked me, do you mind? There was no hesitation. You are very deserving. You are my peer. I congratulate you. And I would also like to congratulate your good lady and her name. This is the power of a baby knight. Congratulations and congratulations.
Count Thorolf will speak for the royal peers.
I'm Count Thorolf. Hanbal asked my lady to speak on behalf of the royal peers. She unfortunately had to go home. You asked her, though. That's okay. It's not a problem. I don't know what else I can say that has not already been said. You are a pillar of our community. You are a pillar on the war field. To the point that when I was leading a war side, I grabbed the greatest archer that we had on our side and said, kill Hanbal. And that's how we won, because you couldn't command if you're dead. Other than that, congratulations on this day. And there is always time for pants.
I must have been fighting on your side that day.
Powerful words. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts on this day.
Your Majesty, I have some further words from you want me later?
That's later. When we get to
they make more sense to come now.
I'm guided by you.
I've read the words.
I'm guided by you.
All right. I am but a narrator of these words, and yes, it probably should come later, but trust me on this one. I will play the role of Kurgan the Unclaimed, or Vladimir Ivanovich Kurgan. Vladimir Ivanovich Kurgan. Under your royal majesties, Ariston, Joachim, your highnesses, your excellencies, all those assembled, lords, ladies, gentles, populace, and Baron Grendel, does Vladimir Ivanovich Kurgan send greetings. Please accept profuse apologies for my truancy as I am currently navigating the back road somewhere between Bordeaux and Baghdad on the hunt for a hot meal, and if this flea-bitten dromedary keeps spitting at everyone close by, it will become a huge mud. So, Hanbal, what can I say if that has not already been said? Your Majesty, I could regale you with flowery, no shit, there I was, anecdotes, literally pepper this ceremony with renditions of various exploits, both on and off the field. Maybe wax lyrical as I delve deep into the hidden sides of this man before you. For the sake of brevity, my preference is to comment on his character and to the society and friendship from my perspective. I met Hanbal at the turn of the century, or possibly not long after. I'm going to correct this. It was a lot way before the turn. I remember this because we're going to have a there was story because it was at the first Rowaney site where Hanbal really grabbed the attention of House Descartes, and we represent today, was where we were, he was on our side, we were lining up, do a charge on the bridge battle down the hill, and Hanbal successfully blocked that charge. So well done, Hanbal. Okay, so as I said, House Descartes was a strong force with key refugees on the warfield, and we were a pretty tough bunch. Occasionally, when newer fighters were first acclimatizing to the large-scale battles, fighters would be pushed to us, shepherding us to us for safekeeping. And so it was the marshal approached with a fighter in tow and said to Hanbal, "This is House Descartes. They will look after you." Introductions were made, fighting was done, there was much rejoicing and a little bit of shield break. At some point during the day, I quizzed Hanbal, saying, "Having fun yet?" His face was glowing, his eyes were shining, he was grinning from ear to ear. I didn't need to hear a response. Absolutely! Almost, yeah. Literally decades later, that unadulterated joy, the sheer exuberance, and the expression of sublime enjoyment derived from that time on the field is one of Hanbal's trademarks. In the years that we fought with each other, not once have I witnessed that seemingly boundless well of enthusiasm being dampened. And as they were similar to my initial and continued reaction to armed combat over the decade previously, to have that emotion reflected back from Hanbal endeared me to him immediately. These similarities didn't end there. For a period of not less than 12 months following our initial meeting, I may or may not have referred to Hanbal as Grunt of the Litter. Your Majesties, please note, this was purely a sign of great affection, and to complete assimilation into the household. As an epithet was bestowed upon me during my first days in Descartes, at 6 foot tall, I was the shortest among them. And yet I was also the most exuberant and could be relied on to work the hardest to get things done. The exact qualities of Hanbal became quite known for. Specifically, that boundless enthusiasm and somewhat startling lack of height.
In terms of character, again, I would draw similarities to the manner of his integrity. Since the first warfield baptism of fire, I have always relied on Hanbal because he is absolutely trustworthy, someone you can turn to in a moment of crisis and request an important task to be completed. And you knew without a shadow of a doubt that that task would be done in short order, without hesitation, questions, or excuses. He is immensely helpful without exception of reward. Expectation of reward. He gives his time generously and acquits himself honorably, with intent, indeed, no matter with whom he is dealing. In these qualities, and so many more, that undoubtedly declare Hanbal is rightfully recognised as a member of the Order of Chivalry. He's always humbled when asked, I am always humbled, when asked for a piece of regalia. It shocks me that part of my development had any sort of influence on how they were perceived in medieval dream of ours. And yet I'm profoundly grateful that the guidance I've provided was seen as positive, and confess to feelings of pride as I look upon Hanbal now and marvel at the person he has become, which is, to be fair, should be attributed to himself and his own moral compass, that it does to any external factor. Your Majesties, and this is why it should have been later, this belt has a grand lineage, and I'll get to that later. But he asks, to bring this to a close, I have the tiniest of requests. Assuming this portion of the ceremony is yet to be enacted, if you could see your way to adding a little richly deserved spice to the bucket. Please put a smile on every face of every good war every war god in attendance.
I can assure you there'll be extra spice in the buffet. Will you give us your words and henceforth comport yourself? Thank you. Hanbal, will you give us your word that you will henceforth comport yourself as befits a peer of the realm, as you most surely have until now, and that you will attempt in all your endeavours to be a noble example to our people?
I will.
Will you promise further to treat all with courtesy and to uphold the laws and traditions of our kingdom?
I will.
Will you swear fealty to us, our crown, and the throne and kingdom of Lockhart?
I will.
On which weapon do you wish to swear fealty?
Angus's axe.
Well chosen. It only took some small repairs between festival and now. But it's still my axe.
I said 1 hour. To your liege and before your peers, repeat after me.
To your liege and before your peers, repeat after me.
Here do I swear.
Here do I swear.
By mouth and hand.
Here do I swear, by mouth and hand,
Fealty and service.
fealty and service to the crown and kingdom of Lockhart,
To speak and to be silent.
to speak and to be silent,
Come and to go.
to come and to go,
To strike and to spare.
to strike and to spare,
To do and to let be.
to do and to let be,
In such matters as concern the kingdom.
in such matters as concern the kingdom,
On my honour.
on my honour
And the lawful commands of the crown.
and the lawful commands of the crown,
In need or in plenty.
in peace or in war,
In peace or in war.
in living or in dying,
In living or in dying.
from this hour henceforth,
From this hour henceforth.
until the crown depart from their throne, death takes them, or the world ends. So say I, Hanbal al-Barbari. history here, nor shall we fail to remember. And we, for our part, swear fealty to you, to protect and defend yourself and your household with all our power, until we depart our thrones, death take us, or the world ends. So say we, Lockhart.
By which sword do you wish to be dubbed?
Sword of state.
I got these. I got these. I got the Knight of the Kingdom of Locker. From this day forward, let no blade touch you, save that you reply with honor, courage, and prowess. We command you to succor the defenseless, seek justice for those from every station, and maintain the honor of your order.
Your Majesties, it is now time for the buffet.
Harold, check your pronunciation.
Buffet. As you can see.
Well played. Spicy buffet. Excellent.
The salt is with the short one.
With this.
What failed to consider is that now. Thank you.
And I'll have more time to consider. Good work.
There you go. Good job.
In our society, it is the right and privilege of knights alone to wear spurs. For gilded spurs are the ancient badge and symbol of knighthood. Are there spurs?
In other words, Count Stephen Aldred, Knight of this realm. I'm regrettably unable to attend this day, as I'm seeing to my lands in Normandy. Some time ago, I took Hanbal aside and gave him these spurs to hold until such time as it was fitting for him to wear them. I gave them as a symbol of my belief in his continuing development and improvement as he strode toward knighthood. Also, as a gift of inspiration, that he may continue with renewed vigor on his path. Glad that day is today, as we acknowledge Hanbal as a companion of the Order of Chivalry. The history of these spurs is short. They came from my heels and passed to Hanbal. May they guide his steps as they have guided mine on the path to knighthood. Welcome, brother.
Wear these spurs, that all may know your rank. Honor them. Keep them in good order. For you share these tokens of knighthood with all who come before, for as long as there have been knights.
It is the right and privilege Knights alone to wear an unadorned chain of fealty.
Is there a chain?
There is a chain.
Felicitations be upon the house of your majesties, Ariston and Yokin, from Her Excellency, Nakiba Hariwa. She writes that she is delighted to speak on behalf of Hanbal al-Barbari at this his elevation to the Order of Chivalry. As Hariwa is unable to attend in person, she begs your indulgence for a moment that she might regale you with the why and the how this chain of fealty has come to adorn Hanbal's shoulders. In Anno Satiatatis 35, during the Easter festival in Rome, late one evening, an incident of some notoriety did occur. The details of this incident are not mine nor Countess Hariwa's to tell. However, the salient points include an inebriated newcomer, several ladies, a clothed fruit, a severe misunderstanding, and the unwarranted brandishing of live steel in a confined space. At this time, in defense of these ladies, whose honor was being vociferously besmirched, and later that evening, as the newcomer literally penned his own removal from sight through ill-chosen words and deeds, Hanbal did comport himself with the characteristic gallantry of one destined to be a member of this order. The following day, during the court of their Occidental Majesties, Connor and Isa, the incident was mentioned. The newcomer was formally named and summarily banished, and then Hanbal was brought forward. His Majesty again mentioned the incident, spoke at length on the virtues associated with chivalry, and noted that as yet Hanbal wore no white belt. At which point an audible chorus of incredulity, thanks Hariwa, the audible chorus of incredulity quickly spread through all those knights present. Fresh from the field of war, His Majesty removed his fighting chain and held it aloft for all to see. And he made the following pronouncement. With these acts of chivalry, I have no doubt that one day, today, you will be a knight. Until that day, wear this from your belt, that all may know your chivalry. This chain has no need of lineage beyond the circumstances of its bestowal. Hariwa writes, from my own personal experience, Hanbal has always been a person of moral decency and someone I could rely upon in times of turmoil to do the right thing. Hariwa writes, I have no hesitation in declaring that he is my peer. In service to the Crown and Kingdom, Hariwa Viscountess, there is a postscript. Duke Connor said the following words on hearing of today's elevation. He says, it makes me so incredibly happy. One of my favorite things I have been a part of in my SCA life. Crappy events that led to a heroic moment and the right person to be that hero. Connor says, I will never forget his act of kindness and courage to step in and protect those two young women. Hanbal, thank you. And please pass on the joy in my heart that he is being elevated and using this chain. This chain has been used for Hanbal's and Waldo's pelican ceremonies and has had a number of links added from various other peers in friendship. It is my deep honour to stand representing these mighty peers of our kingdom and the wider known world on this glorious day.
Wear this chain that all may know you're in fealty to the crown and the kingdom. It is unadorned, for this is no jewel to be admired, but a representation of binding oaths and that are sworn this day. Feel the weight and be reminded of this every day.
It is the right and privilege of the knights alone to wear a white belt.
Spoiler alert. Dragon writes, this belt has no grand lineage to recite. After my first belt was requested, my squires gifted this to me, and I wore it from Societas 31 until my retirement from the order some years later. It is a tradition, with your Majesty's permission, that the ladies, in House Descartes, that the ladies will dress their lord as befits a knight. Would you take that on them? Indeed. Wear this belt, that all may know you are a knight of the realm, who represents the ideals of chivalry, and it is white. To remind you that you must strive to uphold those ideals. For thy carelessness or thoughtlessness, you may dishonor them.
Hanbal, we give you leave to be armed in our presence, safe in the knowledge you will defend our person. Rise now, that you may be girded and armed as befits a knight.
Hanbal, this is my sword. This was a sword that I wore and was given to my knight. This is not the sword I wanted. The might of the ocean and the tyranny of distance has precluded me giving you the sword I wished. However, this will stand in its stead until that sword arrives, with my love and my honor.
Bring no dishonor to your sword, and carry it in defense of any and all who have need of it in this our realm, and all the lands of the known world, wherever you may travel.
Hanbal Bahadur, go forth and meet your peers.
Newest Knight of the Order of Chivalry. 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Be it known that their Majesties, Aristotle and Jochen, Kings of Lockhart, do on their day
The crown!
The
crown!
Hanbal al-Barbari to the Order of Chivalry. And they do name him knight, and do admit him to the peerage of this kingdom. And they grant unto him by letters patent these arms, the chevron, or and azure, and ipetril, patent, and a palm tree coot, counterchain, to bear and to hold without let or hindrance throughout their realm, by our word and hand, this 7th day of September, Anno Societatis AS 60, Ariston, King, Jochen, King. There be being no further business, you may all rise. Long live the king!
Long live the kings!
Long live the kingdom of Lockhart!
Long live the kingdom of Lockhart!
Three cheers! Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip,
Huzzah!
hip.
Huzzah!
Crown Prince and Princess! And Vic! Court is ended.